Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. How about crazy Karen at the casino demanding to get free food? This is something new. Let's start our video with this story. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Casinos really do bring out the worst in people. I'm a pit boss at a large resort-style casino. We do high volume and large action. Giving food comps to one of our 8 different restaurants is a very common occurrence. Comps are doled out through our player loyalty system via a player card. The more often, more money you play, the faster and greater amount of comps you accrue. Now, not all restaurants are created equal. We have a 5-star steakhouse, mid-tier places like the Noodle Bar, and on the low end, fast food franchises we lease space to. I can write comps for any of these, and sometimes people will take their $40, for example, comp, and apply it toward a nice meal at the steakhouse, or hit up the Noodle Bar and pay nothing. Either way, when the comp is issued from my computer, I must denote the exact restaurant they're going to for bookkeeping purposes. That comp's then only valid at that particular place and only for 24 hours once it's printed. The story. On an averagely busy Sunday night, I'm watching our main pit with the assistance of my pit supervisor. He and I are both seasoned at this job and know most players by name and/or on sight. Enter Karen. I notice our wild Karen approaching from across the bank of slots. I notice her because she's walking quickly, as if with a purpose. Most everyone that comes through here walks slowly to evaluate all their gaming choices, etc. So when someone is walking like that, it stands out. I move toward the end of the pit when she makes eye contact with me because I figure she had a complaint the way she was making a beeline for the main pit and looking at me very intensely once she noticed me. Our conversation went like this. Karen, are you the boss here? Me. I'm the manager on duty. What can I do for you? Karen, I want some food comps. I heard you're the one that gives them out. Me, groans internally. Sure, no problem. Can I have your loyalty card? Karen, I don't have a loyalty card. Me, okay, where have you been playing today? Side note, sometimes people don't want our card. We still monitor their play so they can still receive comps since they're good players. Karen, I haven't played here at all. Casinos are a scam. Me, well, ma'am, if you don't have a card and you aren't going to play, there isn't really a lot I can do for you in the way of comps. Karen, that's bullcrap. My neighbor, his name, says he gets free comps to the steakhouse all the time. I want some of his then. I don't really know what to say as this kind of caught me off guard. I've been in the casino business a long time and have heard all sorts of weird requests, but asking for another player's comps? That was a new one. I actually knew the guy she was talking about, and he was a fairly big player and a regular. Me. Ma'am, I can't give away another player's comps. If you'd like to sign up for a loyalty card, it comes with a $10 voucher for the Noodle Bar, as well as some free slot plays. Karen, that's bullcrap. She's now yelling, and players and staff are beginning to notice. I want a comp to the steakhouse, and I want enough for 2 visits for you being mean and saying I don't spend enough money here. Me. Ma'am, you haven't ever spent any money here, at all. At this point, surveillance has noticed her getting more irate, security's now approaching her. I can see them over her shoulder. She cannot. Karen, I want what's coming to me. You just let everyone eat for free, and I'm just a poor single woman trying to survive. I signal to the security guard that she needs to go. He says to her, Ma'am, why don't we talk off the floor? Karen, I can't believe you're going to deny me a meal. This place is a scam. He assaulted me. Security guard, Ma'am, I seriously don't think that happened. The security guards start to gently move her off the floor, and she loses her crap like a crap collector with amnesia. Karen, help me! They're raping me! I just want to leave! Security guard, we just want you to leave too, ma'am. They took her outside and apparently kept ranting the whole time. I had to write up an incident report for my casinos and my personal protection, but GD, that all happened so quick and it escalated so fast. The rest of the night was fine. The dealers and the other pit bosses kept saying, Dang, man, didn't know you liked them older and crazy. Just general good-natured ribbing. Hope I never see her again. but I'm sure I'll meet another Karen someday who will try to inherit the Queen Bonehead Award. And our second story. Using my parking space? All good. You'll be using it forever. So I'm living in Japan now, and here people ride bicycles a lot. You can't leave your bike anywhere, and you have to pay for parking, between $1 and $2 a day. There are very few free parking areas for bicycles. Most people leave their bikes at the same place, so they pay monthly because it's cheaper and you have your own space. This started a couple of weeks ago. Someone in my building started having a guest who decided to steal my bicycle parking space whenever they came to visit. Sometimes they stayed the whole night, so I had to go to the station, pay $1, and come all the way home walking, which meant I would need to walk to the station the next day, getting up earlier, walk like 20 minutes to the station while carrying my heavy bag. All the bicycle spaces have a number, which means they're reserved for someone. Mine is 105, but this effer decided to take mine whenever they came to visit. The second time this happened, I told the building manager, but they didn't do anything. The third time I saw the bicycle there, it was the same red expensive bicycle. I left a note in Japanese saying, "Please don't leave your bicycle here. This is my space and I am using it every day." I found the note with the tape I used to tape it on their bike to my parking space, and it had a couple of bad words in Japanese at the end. Basically, he was not only stealing my space, but making fun of me by insulting me. Fine. It's just fine. I probably wouldn't have done anything about it if he hadn't written those words. This triggered me and got the worst in me. This person did it again a couple of times, so I knew this would continue. I was thinking about buying another bicycle, a better, more expensive one, that I could use to go on cycling trips, so a good chain or lock was needed anyway. I bought one of the thickest they had at the store and decided to try its efficiency. I locked his bicycle next time I saw it there. It hasn't moved for the last 7 days. There were 2 notes. The first one was a very aggressive one with more bad words and threats about going to the police, which I don't care. Let's go that way, buddy. Second note, days later, was an apology, and they begged me to unlock the bike because they tried to break it, but they couldn't. I guess he's learned his lesson. I'm pretty sure he won't do it again, but I just want to enjoy this feeling of victory a couple of days more. Edit. In order to keep my name out of any legal issues, I changed parking lots. It's not as close as this one, but I could come back in a month or two, and it'd be getting a new space, so it'd be okay. The lock I got is the thickest and one of the most expensive in the bicycle shop. You can't cut it with normal tools because this thing's as thick as my finger. I'm pretty sure you need some kind of industrial tools to cut it. It'd be easier to cut the parking device because the metal's thinner there. And our last story. You won't like trespassing on someone else's property. Backstory. My parents are rich. But don't worry, I'm not one of those spoiled rich kid types. We live in Arizona near the border with California. This is a mostly white and Hispanic community, and other races aren't really as common here, so we do our best to be hospitable to them. Also, there's a court case on this, so I'm not using real names because of some law. Actual story. A nice couple moved in a few months back, and they're really nice. They always helped out in the community. They were all around nice people. They also threw really nice pool parties for everyone in the neighborhood. We had this thing where every 2 weeks or so, we'd all get together for a party. They had a really nice yard, so everyone looked forward to their turn. The husband traveled for work quite often, and his wife always wanted to go with, so they needed someone to watch their house while they were gone. They knew me, and I was trying to save up for a car. My parents offered to buy me one, but I wanted to earn it myself. This was how the next few months passed. Enter the entitled family. The father was kind of entitled, but after interacting with him a few times after this, I realized he's a pretty chill dude and just goes along with whatever his wife says. When they first arrived, they got on everyone's nerves by calling the HOA on almost every house on the block. Their kids, who were teenagers, are even worse. Rarely were they invited to the parties. For this reason, they were constantly sneaking into people's yards to play. They didn't have much of a yard. They were always caught, and the police were called several times, but they always worked their way out of it. I have no idea how. Anyway, the nice couple from before called me and said they were leaving in a few days and would be gone for 3 days. I accepted, and the first day went smoothly. As I was cleaning the house the second morning, I noticed the backyard was all messed up but I distinctly remembered cleaning it up the night before. I checked the security cameras, and it turns out the couple and their kids went into the yard after I went to bed. I don't think they knew I was there. The nice couple would be gone for another day, so I had the great idea to dump an excessive amount of chlorine in the water. For those who don't know, pool chlorine is a toxic chemical used to treat pools with algae. The effects don't last long, but it gets the job done. I assumed the entitled mom and company would return that day, and if they didn't, the chlorine would be gone by the time the nice couple would get back, so no harm done. I was right. Around 2 in the afternoon, I see the parents boosting their kids over the gate, then climbing over themselves. They were really hyped up about being able to do whatever they wanted, and all of them but the father just jumped right in. Splash! Instantly, they were all screaming in pain. Chlorine causes rapid hair and skin degeneration, so I knew they wouldn't be coming back anytime soon. I burst out laughing, loud enough for them to hear outside, and their bright red faces suddenly paled. They all booked it out of there so fast they should have tried to join the Olympic track team. The police were called, and I don't know by who. They arrived a little after the nice couple got back. The couple asked why I was laughing, and I showed them the security footage and told them what I'd done. Pretty soon, they were laughing right along with me. The police arrive at the house, and I repeat the process. They don't laugh, but have a hard time holding it in. They go over to the house and question the entitled family. They lie their butts off, even though the cops can see the chlorine effects all over them. They ask if the nice couple wants to press charges, and the guy grins and says, absolutely. In the end, the entitled family was kicked out of the neighborhood, as the longer they are there, the more of a neighborhood menace they are. They won't learn their lessons, and a court case will hopefully bring them back to a true reality. So they didn't melt? I thought witches melted in water. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.